begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know what? It's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei's coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only Ben down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan.
Hey, the tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know what? It's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei's coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only Ben down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan.
Japan, the tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know it, it's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei is coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only Ben down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in
Japan, the tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know it, it's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei is coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only Ben down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
today's episode. It's gonna be me, Dana, and Spencer, and Lucas. We're gonna be road tripping up to Utah from California for Bobby Low Eyes Ultimate Drift Challenge Toga event. Bunch of people. We have Dustin Fair, Will Saudet, Rome Charpentier, Josh Weaver, Josh Stewart. We're gonna have tons of coverage. We have our boy Spencer White coming out. And speaking of Spencer, I think he's here. Let's go check it out. Doing big things.
There I am.
Spencer, are you ready, bro?
Oh, I'm so ready. Dude, I'm feeling excited, feeling a little bit nervous. First ever. I mean, it's gonna be the first for a lot of people. Unless you're on the East Coast and you already did the whole Drift Appalachia thing. Us guys on the West Coast saw that and wanted to replicate that. So shout out to Bobby, like I said, for, you know, throwing a dope event. Yeah.
Shout out to Bobby.
Yep.
Always throwing great events. We have stopped somewhere in the middle of the desert on the way to Vegas. Get some gas station food. Let's go. So we're on our way to the alignment shop to get Spencer's car aligned, and we're gonna go get some food, and we'll be on our way back on the road.
Made it to Utah. This is the Wingate Hotel, brought to you by Wingate, also brought to you by Bobby Low. Thank you, Bobby, for getting to the hotel. This is going to be a great time. So I think we're all getting set up for the meet right now. It's about freckle past the hair, and then we're all going to go meet up, look at some more cars, and gonna get it tomorrow.
What's up, buddy? What's up, man?
There. It is a signature from the final bout in USR Motorsport. Oni Gang, shout out to them.
Okay. We're here. Good morning. A little sleepy. Slept a little late. We're all having a good time with everybody last night. We are unloading the cars. Everybody is unloading their cars. I did have a great time with Lucas. We were editing. We were eating everybody's ice cream. We were eating all the leftovers from the Japanese grill that we went to.
He's eating vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla ice cream.
As far as the schedule goes, we have all fucking day. Let's go have fun, create content, make this huge. We are literally making West Coast history, Utah history, whatever you want to call it.
You guys excited for this?
Yeah, we're very excited.
doubt, cause we hit them with a little
Hi Lucas, how you doing? So we're here. We're doing some tailgate drifting. Cameron Sorensen Motorsports, and we're almost going off a cliff right now. I'm holding this car from going sideways. We're doing a little rock and roll. It's a free ride for me. Here we are, you know, wonderful day, ultimate drift challenge. Let's go.
You need a John, I can hit you with that.
Good morning, Drift fans. How are we doing? Thank you for tuning in to the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. We've got the live stream going despite these kind of cruddy conditions. Got Crew Fleischer now in the lead, Jake Duvall in the chase. These guys are just kind of putting around. Where's the speed at? Pick up the pace, boys. Coming into this second outer zone now, transitioning. Jake is on his butt there, slowing down. Crew's kind of pulling away to that first touch and go, transitioning now into that third OZ. Then we've got some cones for reference there right in the middle, transitioning now into OZ4. Okay, and we will have cameras on track here momentarily. So sorry for the delay live stream. Real quick, I'm gonna do a little opener. And we've got UDC is proudly presented by NRG and Prisma, the leaders in automotive safety, style, and innovation. From racing seats and harnesses to steering wheels and accessories, NRG and Prisma are keeping our drivers locked in and ready to send it. Also, you cannot miss that shiny chrome, so fine, printable vinyl, making these drift machines shine on track, displaying our racing windshield banners on the cars. Safety is a huge priority to us here at Ultimate Drifting Challenge. That is why these competitors are protected by Cage Kits roll cages. Cage Kits has come on board with us, giving drivers discounts and opportunities to run their 3D scanned, CNC bent, and manufactured roll cages, because when these guys are going door to door, you want the best protection possible. Also, huge shout out to our incredible other sponsors who make this all possible. We've got Society on board, Ignition Speed, Black Widow Exhaust, J&A Oil, and we're giving back to our drivers with amazing discounts on racing tires as well. I lost my spot. There we go. We've got Zestino, we've got Vitor, we've got Zeknova. Discounts for these drivers available at www.udc.news. Also, if you're new to the live stream, if you're new to drifting and you're following along, make sure you check out the www.udc.news page to keep up with future events and our scheduling. Now, into this battle. Oh, we've got a spin, almost making contact. There we go. Drivers are resetting. Now, media is managed by Low Eye Media, capturing all of these smoky slides, these close battles, and these hard hits. Russ, keep driving. Stop waiting for him. Keep driving. This ain't practice no more. Keep driving, bro. Michael, when are we going to have Cam on stream? Cam on track. The viewers don't want to see me. They want to see the cars. Okay, so we got covers going on cameras. It is pouring outside. A couple more minutes until you guys can see the chaos unfold, because it's wet and wild. Thank you for the update. Z's doing great. Thank you, Z. Well, sorry, stream. Can't see track yet, but we're working on it. Got a little bit of delay. In the meantime, you can look at me, I guess. Shout out Race Club Fabrication. Big banner behind me. What do we got? See, we got, how many people are in here? Let's start chatting. We got 13 people in the stream. What's up, boys and girls? We got Eric Kegney in here. Hello, Eric. Wish you were here driving. Crew Fleischer out on track right now. In the lead in this E36. Got Austin LaRusso in his gray Nissan 350Z. I can hear the judges complaining that they're driving too slow. They're kind of scared. I don't think these guys are used to driving in the rain. Slipping and sliding everywhere. I mean, I could turn the live stream camera around and then you guys can see. Here, I'm gonna do that like I did at Willow. I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna grab this. Taking matters into my own hands. Now the stream can see the cars. Alright, so we've got Nate Pina in the lead in his white Nissan 350Z. And we've got Russ in that BMW E46. Coming around the bank, they're going to initiate into this first turn, coming out into the outer zone in the infield there, transitioning through the first outer zone. Nate doing a great job of filling that now into the second OZ here. Russ applying the pressure, not leaving much distance behind him there. Through that touch and go, transitioning into the next outer zone. Both drivers looking very... They're going to switch positions, carry some momentum around the outside of the track. Sorry for the shakiness stream, but we're making it work. Russ initiating very early, high up on that bank, setting himself up very well on this initiation, getting close to the barrier there. Nate applying the pressure, not giving him much room. Can I zoom with this camera? Oh, I can. Look at that. Nate surging in through that last outer zone, nearly on his door. That is what we want to see. Russ in the BMW E46 is going to take the win for that battle. Who we got next? Russell Sokara. And coming up next, we've got Philip Kildo in that red Mazda RX-7. We've got Garrick Pollock in that white and red BMW E46. Both cars LS swapped. Oh, bit of a hiccup there. What is going on? Nice initiation there by the lead driver. Coming in to this first outer zone, getting his rear tires in that zone, filling very well. Transition now into OZ2. Oh, focus. There we go. It's a slow and wet and slippery day. Crew with a very early initiation up on that bank. That is what we want to see there. Looking good. They're going to come down, transition into the infield now. Russ applying the pressure there in the chase. Some BMW on BMW action. We got a turbo S52 in the lead. We got a LS, or sorry, it is not LS. It is I want to say a Ford like Fox body motor. There we go. Nice early initiation, hitting that bank. A little bit of a checkup there coming down into the infield, filling that first outer zone. Cruz starting to apply the pressure. He's getting more comfortable in the wet. Russ in that copper BMW E46 takes the win for that battle. Up next, we've got some Z on Z action Austin in the lead in that gray 350Z. Nate in the chase there in the white 350Z. Both of these SoCal boys coming out to Idaho for this competition. Austin dipping off track a little bit there. Nate in the white 350Z is going to get the win for that battle. Oh, we got Z running out. Go set up that camera. There we go. Now as we get the next couple of cars out on track, keep the show rolling.
Grab me that orange jacket. Yeah, no. I'll change positions here.
All right, now we've got camera down on track. There we go. All right, Russ in that copper E36 is going to take the win for that battle. He's on a hot streak right now. Next, we've got Tyler Vankis in that yellow BMW E36. We got Philip Kildo in that Mazda RX-7. Oh, Tyler spinning out on initiation, unfortunately. Oh, and he spins out again. Nate in the lead there in that white Nissan 350Z. You've got Crew in the chase in that BMW E36. Nate with a nice early entry on the bank. Crew following suit. Nate coming in, filling all of that first outer zone. Crew's trying to play catch up there. Nate filling that second OZ, looking very strong in the lead thus far. Putting down solid laps out here in the wet. Adapting very well going from dry condition to wet this morning.
Hello. Oh, yeah, you can take it.
Alrighty, so now they've switched positions. They're maintaining that momentum up the bank there. Crew is now in the lead. Nate in the chase. Bit of a bobble on initiation from Crew there, but looking good so far. Crew hanging it out nice and wide to that first outer zone. Nate's doing a great job of mimicking, transitioning very well there behind him, putting it, really applying the pressure. Nate in that white 350Z is going to take the win for that battle. Austin LaRusso in the lead. Jake Duvall in the chase now. Got the SoCal 350Z versus the local BMW. All right. Austin throwing down a very solid lead line there, coming in through that last outer zone. Jake swinging out nice and wide, coming in through that second outer zone. A bit shallow there on transition, but still looking good. Very fluid in the lead there. Austin checking up and choking in the chase there. Creating a very large gap between the two drivers. Oh, and we've got a spin. Austin in the 350Z takes the win for that battle. All right, we've got Tyler Vankis in the lead there in that BMW E36. Oh! Phillip goes off track. Little oopsie there in the chase. Tyler's throwing out a solid lead run so far.
You leave the camera now. Focus on talking to them.
Okay.
Because you're not seeing behind him chance. Speak like you.
Well, I mean, I can hear myself very well out there, so I thought that it was good.
Oh no, we have cameras out there. We're fine.
Okay.
Put that
All right,
to
so I
your-
can put this down now?
Yeah, put it on your beautiful face.
Okay.
Speak
All right,
loud.
all right, all right, there we go. I can put this camera down now, and I can focus on talking. Trying to multitask out here. What? You want it?
We're gonna speak to them.
Okay.
I'm gonna get that stuff.
There you go. Okay, into the second half of this battle. We've got the RX-7 up front. We've got that BMW in the chase there, coming in through these wet and wild conditions. RX-7 doing a much better job in the lead now than the chase run that he previously had.
Mikey said you gotta say it with your chest.
Yeah, I know. I've been told that 5 times.
I know.
I was trying to hold the camera. I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to look at notes. I'm trying to. There's a lot going on in here,
No
Tim.
one said it was an easy job.
I'm trying, okay?
Gotcha.
It's really weird being able to hear myself outside. Yeah, it's strange.
You're doing great, buddy.
Thanks. Hi, what's up?
We're talking.
We're talking. How are we doing?
There we go.
So we got Garrick Pollock in the lead in that red and white BMW. We've got Crew Fleischer in the chase in the black and white BMW. Got LS versus Turbo S52 action.
All right, let's see if these guys can keep it together. Crew's been doing really good, but I think on one of his last ones, he got beat up a little bit.
Yeah, he was doing really good in the dry. Now it's interesting seeing him trying to adapt now in the rain.
Oh boy, I see a lot of hand movement going on.
Mm-hmm.
They are working it.
Yeah, these guys are getting a big workout this morning.
Okay. All right, I like the sportsmanship out there. Give a little howdy to your chase driver. All right, let's see if this is a drag race or not. Come on, Crew.
I want to see a nice early initiation. See these guys up on that bank.
Good
there
job.
we go, Crew. Good job there.
Nice and high, a lot of good throttle.
Good angle.
Oh, great start from Crew.
Yes, very fluid lead so far from Crew, filling all of OZ1, transitioning now nice and wide out into OZ2 there. They're going to come and hit that little inner clip there. Bit of a delay from that chase driver, leaving a decent gap there. Kind of inconsistent transition timing. All in all, one of Crew's better runs that we've seen in the rain thus far.
Not bad. I saw a little overweighting and I was a little bit panicky, but he pulled it through.
I'm sure that car is a bit of a handful in the wet though.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of car out there. I took a few laps on our brake and the track actually does have grip to it.
Okay.
When you reduce wheel speed, it kind of hooks up. So you
that's good
kind
to
of
know.
got to push it a little bit farther than you think to get around on that outside line.
Do you want me to scoot over? Well, no, it's fine. It's fine.
If you were wondering, Don
Cameras-
Shreda is
cameras
here
on the cars.
helping out here in the announcing booth, so you get a guest announcer, Don Shreda, reporting
Yeah.
in live from Motorplex at the Mill, Emmett, Idaho.
I thought the Nate was going to spin there for a second, but he held it through.
Held it through, and that little purple BMW is kind of the car that could. Yesterday was kind of timid, and today taking command.
So this is his first weekend of competition, and yesterday was his first time tandeming.
Okay, that's why he was a little sheepish going around the track. But I think he's growing into his own here in the last 24 hours.
Oh, he's made a ton of progress in the last 24 hours. That is for sure. He looks like a completely different driver today than yesterday.
I think once he shed that bumper a couple of times, he's looking good.
Yeah. Now we know he's more familiar with that proximity. He knows, okay, I can put the car there.
That's right.
Or I can't put the car
That's
there.
right. Hey, you got to test your limits.
Right.
I've seen many a drivers test the limits of tracks and drivers and tune it back if you can.
So Nate Pena in the lead there in that white Nissan 350Z. Jake Duvall now in the chase. They're coming into the second half of their battle, initiating down off of that bank, coming into the infield to fill this first outer zone. Nate hanging out wide. Jake with a bit of a mishap there on initiation. Seemed like some understeer.
He's giving it everything he's got here. Come on, reinitiate and off we go. Good last outer zone by Nick, right? Jake.
Jake in the chase, Nate in the lead.
Nate in the lead. Okay, Nate doing good there.
And Nate in the white 350Z takes the win for this battle.
All right, looks like we're getting some better weather here, at least for a few minutes. I did just get a notice that rain is coming again, but I think it's going to be sporadic all day long. So get used to it, boys. The track really is in great condition for this, the wetness, a little bit of rain here.
It seemed like, looking at it from up here, it seems fairly consistent. It doesn't look like too bad of dry and wet spots. Like, yeah, it does accumulate a bit more in some places. However, you know, looking at the cars, you don't really see them like hook up and slip too much. It seems fairly consistent, at least from my point of view.
Yeah, there's enough angle all over the track, so you're not getting that pooling like some of the spots at Sonoma Speedway that are an out-and-out lake.
Right.
And just hold on tight and make it through. Well, this is looking good. The track's only 2.5 years old, so the surface is still really nice. And we don't have
very nice.
Yeah, you don't have 50 years of oil soaking into the thing.
No,
New track.
That's another factor. Coming in, we've got Tyler in the lead in that yellow BMW. We've got Austin in the chase in the gray Nissan 350Z. Oh, and he spins again. Oh, getting close there. Austin's going to reinitiate and finish out his run.
I'm hearing the judges next door cheerleading for everybody.
Yeah. Ooh.
So it looks like somebody gets 2 lead laps, I think. Is that
Yeah,
that's
pretty
going to
much,
work?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fun anytime you get to pass somebody.
Oh, yeah.
As unfortunate it is for the lead driver, but it is fun because we really aren't a passing game.
No, we're not.
This is no
Unless you
NASCAR
plan it.
here.
If you coordinate a burst pass, that's one thing. But
I like it.
well, it's like FD Atlanta last round. Did you see Adam LZ and
yeah.
Federico doing
Yeah.
a double pass?
That was amazing.
Yeah. Austin now in the lead. Coming down very wide, and he's understeering, almost off track, but he saves it, maintaining drift. Tyler in the gravel a little bit there, but holding through, chasing Austin down now.
That's the thing. The track does have grip. You've got to keep working through it. Don't slow down. Listen to that VQ scream, baby. All right, those of you who are some old timers in drifting from 8 or 9 years ago, Don Shredda on track with a boosted 350Z.
Oh, you had a boosted 350Z?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We had Vortec and VQ, and man, I pierced the eardrums of all the photographers on the wall. I think it sounded great because to me in the car it sounded like a
Did it
musical
have that
instrument.
like fighter jet blow-off valve from the Vortec? 'Cause, like,
No.
do you remember Justin Leonard's Vortec setup that he had
yeah,
on his
sure.
DE? That the blow-off and surge from that car was insane. I don't think I've ever heard another VQ that sounded like how his car did.
I spent a long time convincing him to go LS.
Yeah.
Finally, he's made the jump.
Yeah,
but
finally made the jump. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had some gremlins here and there.
Oh yeah.
But
we all did.
the car is pretty dialed now.
Yeah,
I know
no,
he's
he's
spraying
looking real good.
and it's making good power.
Yeah.
And he's looking more and more consistent.
He's
as time
come
goes on.
along. Nothing better than the sound of angry bees coming from your boosted VQ.
So did you start out in an NA 350Z and then go Vortec?
No, I got the car kind of a half drifty car with a Vortec in it.
Okay.
We kept that alive for a number of years. Once I blew up an engine each event 5 times in a row.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I got with Mike Kojima at Fuel Fest Vegas and said, Mike, it's time for a big boy motor. Build your best, build the best you can, and here's an open budget. And that's one of the motors we run today.
Oh, really? You still
Yeah.
have that motor today? How many years has that been?
It's been probably 4 years now, but it gets refreshed every 20 days of running.
Okay.
And so Mike has developed that motor and done all his tricky stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, when you cryo treat your block, I mean, that's Mike's best. But I gave him a blank check to do his best possible work.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so that one's ready to go for the next time or another car, and I've got the LS Doctors motor in now.
Yeah,
and
Mr. Margaritas.
It hasn't failed.
That's good.
Let's keep turning up the heat. Here we go, next battle. Nope, maybe.
Maybe. All right, so we've got Garrett Pollock in the lead there in that red and white E46 coupe, and we've got Russell Socara in that copper orange BMW E46. Both of these cars equipped with the V8 engine. Oh, and he checks up a bit too much and straightens braking drift there. Oh, and we finally got a drone up in the air. That's good to see.
Oh boy.
And Russ is going to almost spin in the chase. That'll cost him this run.
Yeah, interesting, the chase runs of yesterday versus today. I think everybody was kind of chasing the front tire and getting choked up on some of these tight sections. And today I think the rain, checking up a little bit, puts you about mid-door, which is a better look and chase.
Yeah,
anyway.
I agree. I completely agree there. Nice early initiation on that bank.
Oops.
Oh, and he bobbles and nearly straightens there through that first outer zone. Unfortunate for Russ in the lead. Coming around now, nice and smooth through that last outer zone. Garrett playing catch up through most of that course there.
Like we say, make a good first corner, and that'll set you up for the rest of the track. So.
Yes, the initiation in the first turn really dictates the rest of the run.
It's a lot of work after that if you screw up the first one.
And Garrett in the red and white BMW is going to take the win for that battle. Alrighty, and so that battle is going to conclude our first qualifying session. Stream, sorry for the kind of inconsistencies with camera setup and technical difficulties and delays. We are ironing out the kinks right now, and our next session will happen here just in a little bit. Do we have a time for the next session, y'all? Tim? All right, well, I will let you guys know a time as soon as I find that out. We'll do probably about an hour, 45-minute to an hour-long practice session in between the next qualifying that we do. If you're unfamiliar with the UDC format, we've got our first qualifying session, which you just saw. Drivers have 5 battles per session, granted up to 5 points per battle. We then do a practice session. We come into our second qualifying. They do another 5 battles. Based off of their points accumulation, that dictates whether or not they make it into finals. And then we maintain that Matsuri style format and fast pace into finals. So we completed our first qualifying session. Now we're going to take a break. We're going to do some more practice, and we'll come back into our next qualifying session here in a little bit. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Ultimate Drifting Challenge live stream. Make sure you turn those notifications on. Check out the Instagram channel. Check out the Facebook. If you like what you see, you want to bring your car out here and come drive, make sure you go online to the www.udc.news website and sign up for future events. We've got 5 more rounds this year, and we also have Utah Toge in September, so you can apply to come drive Utah Toge. Don, do you think we're going to see you out at Toge this year?
Well, let's see if I get my new drift shop done, and well, if time and money allow, I will definitely love to do a Toge.
Dude, last year was a riot.
Oh, the mayhem and just a little bit of carnage.
A little bit of carnage with Rome, but other than that, it was a very smooth weekend.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw Rome's collision into the corner and trees impaling
Stuck
the car.
up on a rock.
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
It was crazy.
All right, so you don't have to send it as much as Rome.
No.
Okay, all right. Rome light for me.
Yeah. And so yeah, with that being said, guys, sit tight. We got about probably 45 minutes to an hour before our next stream. Turn those notifications on. Stay tuned. Thank you.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan.
Hey, the Emmett tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Meihan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know it, it's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei is coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only band down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan, we're on tour.
Drift Japan, the Emmett tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Meihan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know it, it's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei is coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only band down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan.
Hey, the tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know what? It's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei is coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only Ben down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in
Hey, the tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know what? It's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei is coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only Ben down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan and we're on tour.
Drift Japan, the tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Meihan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know it, it's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei's coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only Ben down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan.
The tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Meihan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know it, it's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei's coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only Ben down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
Japan, the tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know it, it's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei's coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only band down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan, we're on tour.
Drift Japan, the tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know it, it's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei's coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only band down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
On today's episode, it's gonna be me, Dana, and Spencer, and Lucas. We're gonna be road tripping up to Utah from California for Bobby Low Eyes Ultimate Drift Challenge Toga event. Bunch of people. We have Dustin Farrell, Will Salday, Rome Charpentier, Josh Weaver, Josh Stewart. We're gonna have tons of coverage. We have our boy Spencer White coming out. And speaking of Spencer, I think he's here. Let's go check it out. Doing big things.
There I am.
Spencer, are you ready, brother?
Oh, I'm so ready. Dude, I'm feeling excited, feeling a little bit nervous. First ever. I mean, it's gonna be a first for a lot of people. Unless you're on the East Coast and you already did the whole Drift Appalachia thing, us guys on the West Coast saw that and wanted to replicate that. So shout out to Bobby, like I said, for, you know, throwing a dope event. Yeah.
Shout out to Bobby.
Yep.
Always throwing great events. We have stopped somewhere in the middle of the desert on the way to Vegas. Get some gas station food. Let's go. So we're on our way to the alignment shop to get Spencer's car aligned, and we're gonna go get some food, and we'll be on our way back on the road.
Made it to Utah. This is the Wingate Hotel, brought to you by Wingate, also brought to you by Bobby Low. Thank you, Bobby, for getting to the hotel. This is going to be a great time. So I think we're all getting set up for the meet right now. It's about freckle past a hair, and then we're all going to go meet up, look at some more cars, and gonna get it tomorrow.
What's up, buddy? What's up, man?
There. It is a signature from the final bout in USR Motorsport. Oni Gang, shout out to them.
Okay. We're here. Good morning. A little sleepy. Slept a little late. We're all having a good time with everybody last night. We are unloading the cars. Everybody is unloading their cars. I did have a great time with Lucas. We were editing. We were eating everybody's ice cream. We were eating all the leftovers from the Japanese grill that we went to.
He's eating vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla ice cream.
As far as the schedule goes, we have off fucking day. Let's go have fun, create content, make this huge. We are literally making West Coast history, Utah history, whatever you want to call it.
You guys excited for this?
Yeah, we're very excited.
to function. So honey, get it straight, I'll be on your roller blade, just skate. My starts was fast like a rise, then it gets you itching. My flow was crisp like a bucket full of damaged chicken. I'm on the beat like pottery, lyrics flow like blood through the artery. With more rhymes and numbers in the lottery. You know my style, how my dough, and watch me drop a flow. I wax it up and make a shot like I was mopping blow. So come on, baby, now let's put it on the freaking move. Let's flip a coin on the heads, I win it as a lose. Gotcha. Brand new, but comes with all of that because I got my gamed in quarters in the laundromat. We keep it tight the way it's supposed to be while tell the snakes say, damn, I'm just follow me. No doubt, cause we hit them with a little of this and
Hi Lucas, how you doing? So we're here. We're doing some toge drifting. Cameron Sorensen Motorsports, and we're almost going off a cliff right now. I'm holding this car from going sideways. We're doing a little rock and roll. It's a free ride for me. Here we are, you know, wonderful day, ultimate drift challenge. Let's go.
You need a joint, I can hit you with that.
It is lunchtime. We are about to start stage 2, which is more up into the mountain. Everybody's just getting done with their grub, loading up. We got a few drivers already lining up to the pit.
How we doing today?
Coming down the hill, all we could hear was what?
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
Look at this. I don't know how it's gonna f the car up.
Maybe we'll pick it up.
Jack it.
Who's got a high lift?
If we got enough guys, maybe we'll
I think
pick
we
it
can
up.
pick it up. Yeah, we're gonna have to pick it up.
Hopefully the car's
Give
okay.
us a thumbs up, bro.
Are you guys a good though?
God damn, dude.
You don't know. That is an easy tire access. It actually doesn't look that bad.
I want everybody right here, listen. We want to go up and over. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, God. All right, hey, we need more people over there to push it. 2, 3. All right. Slowly let it down. Let it down. There it goes. There it is. Everybody good? All right, hook the winch up. There we go. Right there. Pull it. Pull. Right there. Watch your neck here. Yep. Everybody watch out. There we go. 1, 2, 3, go. All right.
Ron, let's not go too far, kid. We gotta get back off.
Lift the front up. Hey, get this thing out of here. We want to drift. Come on.
Yeah, let's go.
Lift the front up.
May not have almost gone off a mountain.
Yeah, I know. That's just.
That was pretty close.
I was like, ah.
What happened? Dude, that is such a bummer. Yeah. It's a little bit more than that because I messed up my power steering pump. Pretty bummed right now, but you know what? I mean, we're out here. I got a lot of laps in today. We're out here. The weather's amazing, by the way. But car did really well, super well. Besides obviously this, that's kind of major. But
I love you, Spencer. It'll be okay. Smile. Come on, give me a smile. Don't point it at me, point it at
it's like.
Give me a smile, damn it. That was faking, but give me something.
Nothing. You get nothing.
I'm gonna. Oh, guys. Good event. Great event. Awesome event. Thank you, Bobby Low-Eye. Thank you, Bobby. Also, thank you to Ultimate Drift Challenge. Yeah, it was fun. Right, Lucas?
We had a great time. We got some awesome content. The cars were banging all the way up the hill, down the hill, getting sideways, getting doors. We're loading up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we got a lot more coming at you. See you later.
I'm good.
Alrighty, welcome back, Ultimate Drifting Challenge fans. Thank you for tuning into the live stream. We're out here in Emmett, Idaho at Motorplex at the Mill. Day 2. Yesterday we had 215 competition. Today we've got 235 drivers out here. It's wet, it's wild, it's slippery. There's been some minor chaos here. Thankfully no collisions yet, but we have had a bit of an inconsistent field today. Drivers are still getting acquainted to the new conditions in comparison to the dry yesterday. We've had some spins, we've had some bobbles here and there, but now that we are getting into our second round of qualifying, things should kind of even out. These drivers are shaking the cobwebs off, and hopefully we can get some good battles for you guys to watch on the live stream. I've got Don with me right here, side by side in the stands.
Don Shredder reporting here live from Motorplex at the Mill. A lot of action to take place. The track is not drying out as I expected, but there's no puddles, so there's no lakes out there, so should be good to go.
Yeah, thankfully no lakes. It looks fairly consistent for it being wet. I don't really see too many like wet and dry spots varying. Yeah, I'm surprised there hasn't really been much rain in the last hour and a half or so since we got our initial downpour, and the track still looks consistently wet across the board. So hopefully it stays that way for these drivers to give them the most predictable odds possible. You know, I'm sure some of these guys are making car changes, whether it be suspension tuning or tire pressures or alignment, whatever it may be that they're doing to try to get the most drivability and grip from their chassis. And we should be sending drivers out on track here in just a moment. I know there was a couple guys lining up here last minute, and we will get the show carried on the road for y'all.
Okay, I see a few lined up right now.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we
They're
should
getting
be
there.
sending cars in just a moment. While we are waiting, I'm going to go read through some sponsorship shout-outs and give my gratitude to everybody involved to help, you know, bring the Ultimate Drifting Challenge to y'all. Yeah, we're ready. And, oh, just got confirmation. We are going to send some cars out. Thank you to Cage Kits for coming on board. We've got So Fine USA, Race Club Fabrication, Low Eye Media, Cat Daddy Tuning, Society, Drift Japan, Define Wraps, Prisma Labs, NRG, Vitor Tires, Zestino Tires, as well as Zeknova Tires, Black Widow Exhaust, Ignition Speed, TDMI Imports, Street Rivals, J&A Racing Oil, Eagle Motorworks, and Idaho Drift, as well as RSR Services. Thank you to all involved. Alrighty, up next, we've got a silver E36 out with a nice early initiation on the bank. Nate Pina in that white 350Z following chase. Oh, a bit of a mishap there, a bit of a bobble and falling out of drift. Who is in the silver E36? He was not driving
we have
earlier.
a mystery silver E36 shows.
Yeah, mystery vehicle.
I like the tint on the windows.
I love the chrome tint. I like that a
hope
lot.
for a little additional speed on the entry, but he'll get the hang of this if he's brand new.
Yeah, that was a great initiation for him coming out cold track first lap of the day.
Nope.
He doesn't know
Driver
what's
needs to
going
go the opposite direction. He's figured it out. Spin that car around.
Is that a Wisefab sticker I see? Is he on Wisefab maybe? Doesn't look like he's got the crazy poke from a normal Wisefab kit. Alrighty, Nate in that white Nissan out front, and we've got that silver, stylish, chrome-tinted E36 in the chase. Nate with a nice early initiation, midline on the bank, coming down now. They're going to transition down into that infield, coming into the first outer zone there, transitioning into OZ2, right next to that cone that his car is pointed at. There we go, through the second outer zone. He's going to come around that turn, now into that inner clip there for reference, now into OZ3, transitioning. That is not an inner clip. Those three cones right there, that's mainly for judges to reference and for drivers to know where to position the car into the fourth outer zone there. And across the finish line, that is our course, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you're unfamiliar with UDC, these guys, you know, we don't start and stop the runs like a normal traditional drifting competition. This is more of a almost like Matsuri style competition to where we send drivers out on track. We've got a little gentleman's agreement kind of speed zone where they don't really exceed, 30 to 40 miles an hour. Then once they hit a specific point on the bank, they will hammer down on that throttle and initiate into the course. Once they are done with their first lap, they will go around the bank, switch positions, maintain that momentum, and flicking back into the zone. So we've got Austin LaRusso up front in that gray Nissan 350Z, and we've got Philip Kildo in that maroon and black Mazda RX-7 with the LS engine poking out the hood. Austin keeping the car in drift, in the lead. Philip kind of wavering in and out of drift, looking like he's dealing with some, maybe a steering issue or something. I see him kind of loading the car side to side, feeling it out, not maintaining drift in the chase during this run. That will cost him some points. while this session goes on.
All right, now that's the trouble with having a bunch of good food in the pits. Everybody gets a little lazy in the afternoon. Time to shake the rust off.
Yeah, seriously, everyone's full. They start to get sleepy, and they're like, oh, I got to go hop back in my car. Shoot, now I got to warm up and relearn everything.
That's pretty much how it goes sometimes.
And one thing I've noticed with Philip's style of driving, I need to go look at his car in the pits. It doesn't seem like he uses any handbrake.
Oh, okay, guys.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Well, got a little smoking hot coming in there, over angle, and now they've traded positions. Austin in the lead once again.
Yeah, Philip seems to be definitely struggling with these wet conditions. Yesterday in practice, towards the end of the day, especially when we were doing open laps, he was shredding it. He was doing pretty good.
Yeah. Throttle control, so important here in the wet, even though it's not raining.
Important.
Man, it gets more slippery as you upshift. Sounds great, but you got to be paying attention on your steering inputs.
Yeah, and especially if you've got a ton of wheel speed, you're not going anywhere, and then you hit grip and it lunges that car, can be very inconsistent.
Yeah, overweighting the car with high wheel speed and being wet, not a great recipe.
No, not a great recipe at all.
Tell us who we have here, Hayden.
Alrighty, who do we have? We have Mr. Garrett Pollock in the lead in that red and white BMW E46 coupe, and in the chase in that copper BMW E46 sedan, we've got Russell Sakara. Garrett unfortunately spinning in the lead run on initiation. Russ is going to pass him and finish out his chase run in the lead. Now, because the lead driver ended up spinning, that is going to grant him a 0 for this run. So as long as Russ can successfully complete his lead run, he will gain the points for this battle.
Looking good once again. Russ is doing a great job today.
He's done a great job of adapting to the conditions and maintaining some consistency there. I like the little arrow pieces he's got poking out of his hood.
Those are flames, Hayden.
Yeah,
Those
sorry.
are
Oh, the
mock
flames. No,
yes.
the flames. Yup. Yup. He's on fire.
He's on fire. I'm on fire.
I'm on fire.
All right.
No, Ricky Bobby's on fire. I gotta go help him.
Oh no, little Bobbles, he's doing so good.
See if he can clean it up coming out of the infield. Nice and
Oh,
wide. Oh,
keeps it on track.
Keeps it on track. Almost kind of straightens out a bit there, but still maintaining drift through that second outer zone. Definitely cleaned it up through the infield there in comparison to the initiation. Alrighty, and now these guys have done their 2 runs. They're gonna pull off the track now, and we're gonna send out the next couple of drivers.
Okay, our next pair is ready to go at the start line.
Alrighty, and we've got Tyler Vonkus in the lead in that yellow BMW E36, as well as Jake Duvall in the chase in that purple BMW E36 sedan. Both of them with a nice early entry down on the bank. Tyler with a very kind of shallow line on the bank, but let's see how he cleans up coming into the infield now. Bit shallow through the first outer zone, barely kissing it with his rear tire. Transitioning now into OZ2. Jake applying the pressure in the chase. Now losing that proximity that he had into turn 1. Oh, and Tyler almost losing it through that last zone. Falling out of drift, kind of stalling it. Despite the gap that was there, Jake did a good job of maintaining fluidity through the last part of the infield and finishing the run without much air. So as y'all can see, they're going to switch positions, maintain that momentum down that straightaway with an early initiation on the bank. Nice mid to high-ish line there. Yeah, good mid line on the bank. Coming down now, and full lockdown on the infield, and he stalls it.
He was doing so good on that
He was
outside.
doing so good.
I was hoping for the best.
And we've got yet another pass. I wonder if his car is cutting out on transition or something. It seems like as it loads up and it goes to settle the other way, it's kind of, I don't know if he's gripping up or something is, oh, something's going on there. Thankfully, with the wet condition, the gravel being wet, I don't see them really tracking a lot of dust and things on track. In comparison to yesterday, if you dipped one tire off, there was stuff everywhere.
Yeah, everything's holding nice and tight over there, but on that big entry, when you're doing great on the entry, that first corner comes up pretty quick.
It does come up quick, and it seems so much tighter in car than it does up here. That was a perspective that really changed for me yesterday after driving, and I was very surprised at how quickly and how tight that first turn is.
Oh yeah, I was ripping the G2 Raps car earlier during our break, and it takes a lot more commitment than you think to set yourself up properly for outer number 1.
Yes, yes. And yeah, Tyler let me hop in that yellow E36 yesterday, and I was doing laps, and you came up behind me, and you started getting a bit aggressive surging in.
Was it your hand sticking out the window?
That was me, and I was like, hey,
blah,
like,
blah,
calm
blah.
down, like, this isn't my car, I don't know. It was like my second lap in the car. I didn't want to spin out and have you hit me.
Here we go. Oh, look who's back.
Alrighty, so we've got Crew in the chase there in that black and white E36, and still need to narrow down the name of the silver E36 that is hopping into this second session now. Great mimicry from Crew in the chase there. Good transition timing, sucking into this last outer zone. Bit of a shallower line by that silver car in the lead, but still with a very fluid lap from both drivers.
Yeah, I think the learning curve was real steep here.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that driver in that silver BMW? Do we know?
I'm not sure. Well, I mean, Caden's walking up here. Maybe we can bug him about that.
All right. Caden, come on up and tell us who that silver BMW is.
Yeah, that's right. We see you, boy. All right, so they're going to switch positions coming in. Crew with a very early initiation, nice and fast, up on that bank. Getting spicy with it. Crew's looking a lot more comfortable now than he was earlier in the day today. Coming in, filling all of that first outer zone. Transitioning now into OZ2. Can he fill that as well? There we go. Getting some tires in the lines there.
Our mystery driver was a little freaked out by Crew's massive entry. He'll get used to that in a minute.
Man, that S52 sounds crazy with the straight cut gears from that dog box.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
And Crew Fleischer is going to get the win for this battle. Seems like that silver car might need to mess with some front tire pressure. The car is very understeer prone from what it looks like.
Yeah, we'll find out what kind of angle kit, if any, that car has in it. We are still loving the window tint. Looks badass.
Oh yeah, love the tint. I want to do that on the vet. Alrighty, so we've got Austin LaRusso in the lead in that gray 350Z. Nate Pina in the chase in that white 350Z. Some VQ on VQ action coming in. Nate with the stylish red flames on that white car. Great proximity on initiation from Nate in the chase there. Austin with a very nice wide fluid line, giving Nate opportunity to really suck into that pocket on the door of that lead car. Wonderful lead line there. Nate doing a good job in the chase, throwing in some angle, matching that line, matching that angle. Proximity could be a little bit better, but maybe he's playing it a bit safe due to the wet and unpredictable circumstances out here.
Great job, both of you guys.
Somebody says, I think that's Derek. Derek, okay. Oh yeah, Derek Henson. There we go.
Derek Henson. There we go. The
there
mystery
we
driver
go. Thank
is announced.
you. I'm going to add that to my notes. Silver E36.
Okay.
There we go.
Big entry coming through. Come on, hang in there, guys. Stay on throttle. There we go. Nice job filling the corner.
Good wide line by Nate in the lead there. Austin with a pretty similar chase run that Nate had as well. Both drivers with a great lead, and the chase is a bit iffy there. I guess Austin has a bit more of a distance between the two cars currently. Might be an interesting one for the judges to make a call on who gets the win, seeing as how both of them had a solid lead line. But I feel like Nate's chase might have been a bit better in this instance.
Yeah, a lot more smooth, fluid, good proximity. So I think we kind of have some idea who's going to win this one. We'll see what the judges say.
And Nate Pena in that white Nissan 350Z gets the win for that battle.
Next pair is just about ready to go.
All right. And we've got Russell Sakara in that copper orange BMW E46 sedan. And we have Philip Kildow in that maroon Mazda RX-7. Nice wide line on that bank coming down in the infield. Russ swinging it out, filling all of that first outer zone. Transitioning now into OZ2, hitting his marks there, crossing his T's, dotting his I's. He's looking very solid in the lead. And Phillip, unfortunately, spinning in the chase. But Russ with a very solid lead line there, nice and wide throughout each of the zones. Looking very comfortable in the rain today.
Very consistent, yesterday and today.
Yes, very consistent drivers. Or he is a very consistent driver.
Thank you. Let's give credit where credit is due.
Yeah. All right, the roles have reversed. We've got the Mazda in the lead. BMW in the chase. Coming in hot into the infield. Bit overshooting it off into the gravel. I kind of saw that coming.
Kind of saw that one. It was going to be a sick entry if he could backy it in.
Yeah. But Russ immediately back at it with a good mirroring there in the chase. Leaving a little bit of a safe distance there. Yeah, I don't think that RX-7 has a handbrake. I don't see him locking up those rear wheels at all. Which, good for him. Good for him for driving with that one.
Clutch kick entry, send it, get that car to come around and hammer down.
Mm-hmm. And Russ in that copper E46 gets the win for that battle. Up next, Tyler Vankis in that yellow E36. Garrett Pollock in that white and red E46. Or sorry, E36. They're both E36s. One of them's got an S52. One of them's got an LS. Whoa, hanging it out wide. Oh, it maintains. There we go. Filling that outer zone. Trying to suck back in on that lead car.
But they're back in it. Oh, and now they're not.
Scaring the media guy a little bit.
He'll be fine.
Oh, and he spins. See if Tyler can complete this run without any more hiccups. And looking very solid. Alrighty, they're going to switch positions, circling back around with a nice early entry onto that bank. Garrett looking solid out in that lead car. Coming in nice and wide, filling all of outer zone 1. Tyler doing a great job of chasing him down, mimicking that angle there, filling OZ1 as well. And, you know, with our chase judging here, we're not necessarily critiquing the chase drivers on how well they fill the zones, but primarily on how well they are mirroring the lead car and, you know, maintaining good angle behind the lead car as well as positioning and proximity. All right, as we are moving on through this qualifying session, we've got 28 of y'all on the live. How are we doing, guys? I want to see some yapping. Start chatting. Let's all say hi. Let's hear out who you guys are viewing for. Who do you want to see win today? Where are you guys tuning in from?
I'm starting to see a little bit of drive pavement over on turn 4, so things are getting a little bit better. Watch out for some extra grip.
Austin LaRusso in the lead in that gray 350Z. Crew Fleischer in the chase in that black and white E36. Both drivers initiating very nicely on that bank. Crew doing a great job of mimicking that lead line. Big angle into the first outer zone. Solid run from both drivers so far. Crew with that proximity, nearly touching his bumper on transition. That's what we want to see out of these drivers. This is a good battle this morning. Crew really applying the pressure onto Austin, telling him, hey man, you got to keep up, keep going, or otherwise I'm going to start pushing you around the track.
That's right. It takes a good lead lap to make a good chase possible. So great job, both of those guys.
So now they've switched positions. Crew with a big, early, fast flick into the bank there. Looking solid. Austin taking a good chase so far, trying to suck in on him. Crew filling all of that first zone. Tire on the edge of the track. Looks like even in the rain, that E36 has a lot of grip and good forward bite.
And that thing transitions really smooth.
It does.
Might have to go over to that pit and get some tips.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
Those BMWs, the E36 and E46, I don't know what it is about that rear trailing arm setup, but they have so much mechanical grip and forward bite.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And from what I've seen, you don't even have to run an aftermarket like tow arm in the rear because the trailing arm is part of the knuckle, and the way it bolts to the subframe, you loosen those bolts and you can adjust your toe, so you can basically slot the factory arm and get it to tow it a lot more.
A lot more earlier.
And what I've seen, a lot of guys maintain a divorced spring and shock setup on especially the E36s, and you can change spring rates super fast on the fly. So based off of what track you're doing, you can adjust tow super quickly and spring rates and just really get those cars tuned in on the fly.
There we go. What was our mystery driver's name?
Mystery driver's name is Derek Henson in that silver BMW E36 with the stylish chrome tint.
And he makes it. And
we've got
purple...
Jake Duvall in that purple E36. Man, all of these Idaho guys this weekend, all of them are in BMWs. The SoCal guys showed up with the Zs, and the Idaho guys showed up with the BMWs. Unfortunately, Derek kind of missing a handful of those zones, but still looking fairly fluid through the course. Definitely kind of seemed like Jake prioritized filling zones instead of proximity that chase run. Now let's see how Derek does in the chase now. I know he entered very early on this previous run, but Jake is going to enter there on the bank a bit late, coming in to this first outer zone. Max angle, bobbing out again.
Stay on throttle.
Oh, it's like it has grip, and then it starts to get a little unpredictable at lock. Maybe as his wheel speed increases, the car's just losing grip. Nah, he's on limiter. It looks pretty solid through that last zone. Although maybe that last zone's kind of where they have the most grip so far.
Yeah, the track is tipped inward, so that's going to dry out earliest. And our big bank, our entry bank, is looking really good. I think it's starting to dry out. All right, hopefully we get a little bit more sunshine here and we can be back to smoke show time.
Yeah, ideally finals might be in the dry, hopefully.
Could be. We're going to check in with the weatherman right now and see what's going on.
Yeah, how are we looking?
We were looking, the hills behind Star and Nampa are holding back the rain for us, and hopefully we get a little sunshine and get a little reprieve here.
Good. And we've got Nate Pena out on the course currently, waiting for the next driver to pull out. What is the holdup? Oh. Everyone watching, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so that you are notified when we go back live yet again for finals here in a little bit later today. Go check out the Ultimate Drifting Challenge pages on Facebook as well as Instagram. And if you're sitting at home, if your car is on jack stands, if your car is sitting in the garage begging to be driven, go onto the website, www.udc.news, and go sign up to come drive our future rounds. We've got 5 more rounds this season, so a total of 10 rounds for this season. We've got a SoCal series, and we've got a kind of like Northwest series that we've been doing. So, we've been at Apple Valley Speedway, we've been at Willow Springs Raceway, we've done Medford at Affinity Circuit in Oregon. We're out here in Emmett, Idaho at Motorplex at the Mill, and then we'll be going back down to Apple Valley and Orange Show Speedway, and we'll be in Redding, we'll be out in Colorado.
You guys are crazy. I mean, you're all over the map.
All over the map.
Man.
Yeah, very hectic season so far.
Nice, but a great job and a lot of appreciation all of us drifters have for all your efforts and traveling around like that. I think that's amazing for the sport and the community.
Yeah, trying to bring the live stream out to different tracks, and a lot of these tracks haven't had a live stream show up before. So that's pretty neat. I mean, we're probably the first people to have done a live stream here, maybe.
UDC is the first to produce a live stream at Motorplex.
And Nate Pena in the lead in that white Nissan 350Z. We've got Philip Kildo in that maroon and black Mazda RX-7. Oh, understeering off track.
Oh boy, somebody's planting corn out there now.
He's got to go till it for the next guy.
Don't make fun of the drivers, hey.
Hey, we got to poke and prod him a little bit.
That's right, yeah.
Can't be too nice all the time. Nate doing a solid lead line there. Very fluid, filling those zones, placing the car right where he wants it to be. I love the red flames on his car.
Those are great, yes.
All right, so they've switched positions. They're maintaining their momentum down that straightaway. They're going to initiate back into the bank there.
There's a big entry. Come on, hold
nice
on to it.
Great
Great
entry.
job.
RX-7 Phil in that outer zone, not going off track this time. He's learning from his mistakes, and he's like, you know what, guys? I'm going to put down a good lead line now.
And a good lead line he is doing. We don't want to jinx him, though. Keep up the good work. Nice.
Nate applying the pressure in the chase through that last outer zone. And Philip throwing down a solid lead lap.
And that's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen.
So Nate Pena in that white 350Z is going to take the win for that battle. If Philip hadn't understeered off track in his chase run, I feel like he definitely had a good chance there. Up next, we've got Garrett Pollock in that white and red E36. We've got Tyler Vankis in that yellow E36. Yet another BMW on BMW battle. Coming in. Oh, Tyre on the edge of that track.
Ooh.
And Tyler choking up in the chase there.
I think Tyler's a little afraid to trade paint, it sounds like. Spread some of that yellow around, Tyler. It'll be fine. I mean, except for Don Shredda's car.
Yeah, not Don Shredda's car. Are you going to drive again later?
Hell yeah, I'm going to get out there.
Do you have a passenger seat in that thing?
I do.
Can I hop in the passenger seat of that thing?
Jump on in.
All right, I'd love to get a ride along with you.
All right.
Heck yeah.
I took Tim out a little while ago. We played in the
sweet.
rain.
Oh, heck yeah.
Couldn't see nothing. It didn't matter. We just drift.
What's your car making again? Like 500?
That was 550.
550. That's fun. That's
LS
healthy.
Doctor 550. That's a new school building thought. Everything is super light inside that motor. The other motor, everything's super old school bulletproof.
Okay.
550 seems like 650 from LS Doctor.
Tyler with a nice early aggressive entry onto that bank. Garrett following suit there in the chase, chasing him down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Scaring me even.
Oh boy. Oh. E36 in the chase, stalling. Oh. Is he out of fuel? The Holly.
Always check the fuel
Holly
first.
just said, nope, I don't want to go anymore.
There we go.
And the car is back on. He's going to complete that lap real quick. Unfortunately, he stalled out on initiation, but at least he's able to still keep continuing driving his car. We don't have to go yank it off track.
Nope. And he's going to show the track who's boss here in this single run.
And so because both drivers had their mistakes in the lead and in the chase, that run is going to be a tie. So both drivers will accumulate a couple of points for it being a tie. What's up, everybody that's new to the chat? Welcome to the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. We're at day 2 of our competition out here in Emmett, Idaho at Motorplex at the Mill. Yesterday we had our 215 tire class driving. Today we've got our 235 tire class. Hope you guys are enjoying so far. Appreciate you tuning in. Got Austin LaRusso in the lead in that great 350Z. Jake Duvall in the chase in that purple BMW E36 sedan. Austin really nailing that first outer zone with a great transition into OZ2 now, hitting this inner clip, coming into OZ3. Jake chasing him down, trying to apply the pressure there. Solid lead by Austin and a good chase by Jake. Jake had a couple bobbles in chase. You know, proximity could have been a bit better, but for this being his first competition and first weekend tandeming, the kid's killing it.
Yeah, he's got most of that car still untouched, so.
Yeah.
Only an incident with a bumper a couple of times.
Just knocked off the
yesterday.
front bumper a couple times. That's fine. He didn't even put it back on. He said, you know, if it happens again, I don't even want to deal with it.
Forget about it. Here we go. Little timid entry, but they're off and running. Oh, not so timid now.
Nice and wide. Oh, no.
Scared even himself.
See, that's when you just bury the throttle and add angle and hope. Austin giving him a bit of room there. Jake finishing out a nice fluid rest of the infield. Looking solid, you know, despite that hiccup early on in that run. It's warm in here. And Austin in the Grade 350Z takes the win for that battle. On to this next battle. We've got Nate Pina in the lead. We've got Crew Fleischer in the chase. 350Z and an E36 out there. Nearly stock DE 350Z in the lead. And then we've got Crew with the Turbo S52 Pro-Am car in the chase. And that's the wonderful thing about UDC and the 215 and 235 class tires, that tire rule that we do, to where these drivers can run any compound tire as long as it does not exceed a 215 wide or 235 wide specification. We've got a stock 350Z versus a nearly 500 horsepower E36, and Nate's keeping up with him. You know, it's a good equalizer, the tire rule.
It is, and you can see Crew adding throttle and not really getting any traction down to the ground. So it is a modulation thing, and it really is a good equalizer and good training for later when he's running 800, 1,000 horsepower.
Coming in, Crew with a nice early high initiation there on that bank, riding a good line there coming down into the infield. Nate following suit, applying the pressure up on his door there through this first outer zone. Crew dipping a tire there. Nate with a wonderful transition timing behind Crew into that second zone now, coming into the inner clip there and into OZ3. Great run from both drivers up to this point. Can they finish out strong? Nate surging in that last zone. Tap him, tap him, tap him, tap him. There we go. Solid battle from both drivers.
Oh man, I hear the judges over there clapping, so great job, great show, guys. I even saw smoke on that entry, so we are drying out on that big entry. It's going to be a little interesting watching them come from grip land to slippery land on outer number 1.
Repeat, Tim. I believe the judges just said that the white. Let me verify. Who's the winner?
Winner is
Nate Pina in the white 350Z takes the win for that run. Okay.
Please enjoy the cleanup efforts of our crew out in the middle of the track. Great job, guys.
And looks like we've got a driver walking up here through the stands to come talk to us on the stream.
Oh
What's
no,
up,
is that
cutie?
good
Oh,
news
look
or
at that
bad news?
smile.
I don't know. Are we in trouble? Did he win or lose?
He won yesterday, I believe.
Oh, I think he did, yeah.
I think he did. I know he was on podium.
Awesome.
Is this Mr. Tyler? Hello. Let me scoot over real quick. And I can move this out of the way. Or here, yeah, there we go. We can share it. There we go. How are we doing, sir?
Fantastic.
So for those that don't know you, that are seeing you for the first time, what is your name? What do you do? What do you drive? And how did you place yesterday?
So I am Tyler Cummings. I have the silver G35 with the LS in it. Right now, I'm out of wind. Freaking
oh yeah, the
up these
stairs,
stairs,
I know.
dude, for real. So I own Sideways Solutions.
Okay.
Riley in the green 350, part of the team. Some of these guys out here doing 235 today, also on the team. Yeah, so I got into drifting probably 7 years ago now.
7 years, okay. And what is Sideways Solutions?
So right now, we just kind of build cars, specialize in Z and G chassis. So we'll take essentially a stock car. A bunch of our friends and stuff wanted to get into it, so built them cars. One of the guys out here couldn't drive this weekend, but built his car for him, got into it, taught him just about everything he needed to know, and came out his first ever comp and won it in that car.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, so he's a weapon, I like to call him.
That's awesome.
So, but yeah, yesterday was fantastic. I mean, the way.
Was this your first UDC event that you've driven?
Yes. Yeah.
And so, with that being said, what was your initial impression on it? How do you feel about the Matsuri style format, and did you get a lot of seat time yesterday?
Oh, I had to have gotten like 40 or 50 laps. 40
or 50 laps during a comp. That is amazing.
Yeah. So between practice laps, open track, I started the day on 245s just because I had some left over from last event.
For practice?
Yeah, just ran them, got used to the car, made sure it was good, and then swapped on the 215s, and I was extremely surprised. I went all day long on a pair.
What?
On a pair of tires.
In an LS car?
In an LS car.
Wow.
Yes.
And that's a testament of this track. I mean, the tire wear is amazing. The tire life is good. The layout is super sick.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, when you run banks, I mean, any tracks this way, you know, you get the wear on one side more than the other. But
yep.
As far as the track surface goes, it's low in granulite, which makes it extremely easy on tires. And right now with it being wet, you know, I have no doubt that most of these guys can go all day
on the same set
on a pair.
Yep. That's awesome. So if these viewers want to keep in touch with your driving, how can they reach you on social media?
So my Instagram is schmedium_boost. I hardly ever use that. Kind of died off on the social media stuff, but that is probably the best way to keep up on all of the stuff I have going on.
Okay.
I'm going to try to be a lot better about, you know, making posts and whatnot, but all my cars and my builds and stuff are on there already. So.
And are you a local?
Yes. Yep. I'm about 45 minutes away from the track here.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
How long have you been out here?
Well, this track started 2.5, 3 years ago, something like that. So I came out here when it was all dirt and, you know, just envisioned this here. And since then, it's been the only track that I've driven in the past probably 2 or 3 years.
Oh, sweet.
So right now it's kind of the home track, but I'm getting the itch after seeing all the live streams at UDC and everything of all the cool tracks.
And we've got Orange Show Speedway coming up in a couple weeks, and then we'll have Reading and Colorado and a couple others. So it'll be very interesting.
Yeah. So I've been keeping up on all the UDC lives and everything as much as I could. Met some super awesome people. Jeff Coonrod, super awesome.
Jeff's
dude.
amazing.
He is an awesome
Jeff's
dude.
amazing. Both of you have amazing beards as well.
I made a joke. We were sitting on grid and our beards were hanging out of the bottom of the helmets. So I'm sitting there joking around with him, but yeah, he's an awesome dude. The drifting community as a whole, probably the best motorsport community I've ever been a part of.
Absolutely. The camaraderie is insane. Like, I don't know there are no other motorsports to where you're in the middle of a competition and other drivers and other crew will go out of their way to go lend parts and tools and hands on another competitor's vehicle to make sure that they can get back out on track.
Exactly. And yesterday I was having issues with my starter in the car. And I would just be like, hey, I need some help pushing the car to get it started. And
six
boom.
people run up and go, yep. Exactly.
And then same thing, I saw Jeff, he was by himself pushing his car. I'm like, I get out of mine and I helped him. But yeah, I've drag raced, I've done dirt track, motocross, all that stuff, and it's just not the same.
It's not. No, it's not the same. I love drifting.
You come to an event and, you know, it's almost like you meet a group of people, right?
It's family.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, you're into drifting? I'm into drifting. Cool, we're best friends now.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yep, and everyone's so willing to help, and I think that's the biggest thing about the drifting community that I like so much. And I think that's why I stuck with it for as long as I have.
I agree.
But yeah, this track's pretty good. A lot of people don't like it. They say it has flow issues, but on the right line.
Yes, on the right line. It's a bit tricky. Like, I drove a handful of laps yesterday in a couple different cars, and I had a little bit of a struggle with, like, you know, initiation. From up here, it doesn't look super tight, but in car, it comes up quick and it is tight.
Right. Yep. And there's tons of different layouts that you can run within the track. Right now, it's kind of set up for a little bit of everything. The lower horsepower cars, they thrive in this layout right here.
Yes, absolutely.
And that evens the playing field out, which is super nice. And then it also keeps it pretty technical for the higher horsepower cars too. So and then the tire restrictions, that's evens the playing field.
It's a good mediator.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, well, awesome, man. I guess we'll get back to commentating some battles. I appreciate you coming up here and talking for a few minutes. Great meeting you this weekend and solid driving yesterday.
Appreciate it.
Are you
Thank
going to
you.
be driving some more? Or your car broke, didn't it?
Yes. So the last lap of the last battle and the last turn yesterday, Riley, teammate, got a little on the
aggressive
high,
side?
on the high angle side. Yeah. And he parked it and I had nowhere to go. So split the rack in half where the tie rod bolts to it. So yeah, it's no good. So I was wanting to get out and do some laps today, but overnighted some parts from FDF and
sweet.
Hopefully make it for the comp next weekend.
There you go. Well, good luck to you, sir.
Appreciate
I hope
it.
you make it out there.
Thank you.
Sweet, man.
Cool,
Good
thanks,
talking
guys.
with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good talking to Tyler. Thanks for stopping by. Back to the racing. What are you seeing?
All right, we got Austin LaRusso in the lead. We've got Crew Fleischer in the chase there. Austin with a nice fluid lead line so far. Crew is really applying the pressure, not giving him much room for error there in the chase. Transitioning now at the same time. Good mirroring there from that chase driver coming into the last outer zone. Great lap from both drivers. That's what we want to see.
Looking good. A lot of constant improvement from all these guys. And now we have a track that's getting a little dry, a little more consistent, and we're going to get some smoke.
Yes, I want to see the tire smoke, man. And so these guys, they're switching positions now. They're maintaining that momentum down the straightaway. Let's see if Crew does a nice big early flick, and yes, he does, onto the bank there. That's where that 500 horsepower comes into play.
That's right. You can do fourth gear wide open there.
Ooh. Nice and wide, almost dipping tire off the edge of that track there, filling all of outer zone 1, leaving Austin in the dust there, playing catch up. Crew said, you know what, I'm not waiting for you. I'm leaving. Great throttle modulation by Crew there in the lead. You can hear him dancing on the pedals.
Another nice lap from Crew. Guy's looking really consistent. Our next battle's getting ready to go. Waiting for a few safety checks.
See, who do we have up next? We've got Russell Socorra in the copper E46 sedan. We've got Garrett Pollock in that red and white E36 coupe. Coming down into the infield there, hitting that first OZ, slipping out nice and wide.
All right, Garrett is going to catch up here. I have a feeling. Come on, cut that corner and let's go.
Yeah, and Russell,
he's coming. He's coming.
Russell's been a very consistent driver through this morning. Oh, on the edge, flirting with danger there. Oh, I guess it is an E36 sedan, not an E46. I think I've called it an E46 a couple times today. Oops.
Well, I'm a Nissan guy, so all this E stuff is very confusing to me.
I drive a Corvette. I don't know other cars.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's got smoke.
Here.
Yeah, his car is smoking. Hopefully.
There's some badness happening here.
Smart guy pulling up to the water
he's
right
getting
there.
Out of the car right now. Smoke is showing.
Hopefully nothing's on fire. Hopefully it's just like oil on the exhaust or something. He's got a fire extinguisher. Pop that hood open.
Popping the hood now.
Media helping out.
That's the way. No flames. Everything's fine.
Check that oil pressure sensor to see if it's leaking on the headers.
Right, yeah. Right, yeah, just squirting it out.
Yeah, I've gone through like 4 of them in the Corvette.
Oh, boy.
And then I finally found a genuine OEM one that hasn't blown out.
I usually melt them about once a month.
Really?
Yeah, they get hot right there.
Mm.
Competitor coming to check on him, make sure everything's okay.
Well, the smoke has died down. Doesn't look like there's too much of an issue there. Oh boy.
Well, here at UDC, we keep it exciting one way or another.
Got to keep everybody on edge. Yeah, I'm curious as to what happened there.
That's amazing in the car. When you start to smell oil burning, you know it right away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not normal.
All right. Thankfully, the car is not stuck on track, so we should be able to maintain getting some runs in, finishing out this second qualifying session of the day.
Looks like we have a chase vehicle coming to rescue this car before he does any further damage. Great idea, guys. Kind of looks like they're going to push this car with a truck.
Oh boy.
Drift cars aren't great to be pushed. There we go.
Oh, there he's
We're
just
going to use
pushing it.
manpower.
Yep, manpower. There
to
we
push
go.
that thing off. Great job. Thank you, media, for helping out over there.
Instead of horsepower, we've got manpower.
That's right.
Yeah. Hopefully it's okay. It's good? No fire. It's good. Okay, sounds like we've got one more battle coming up before this session is potentially over. Then we'll have a short break. Once that break is through, we'll get into finals, and after finals, you guys will get to see our first, second, third place. These guys are not only competing for cash today, but the contenders that are driving each of our rounds are competing for incentives from the different brands, right? They've got deals. We've got cage kits. I believe cage kits was giving out a couple cages to the winners of the season. We've got the winner of the 215 class, the winner of the 235 class, battling it out for a expenses paid trip to Japan, thanks to Drift Japan. And up next to this battle, coming in hot again, we've got Jake Duvall in the lead. We've got two more battles left after this one, or this is one and we've got one after. Cool. Alrighty.
All right, as Jake gets past, with a little understeer problem going into outer zone number 1.
Tyler Vankus in the lead in that yellow E36. Jake Duvall in the chase in the purple E36 sedan.
Jake held it together after that mishap in turn 1.
He did. And you know what? This is a battle of the buddies here. These guys drove here. They drove out together. They're pitting together. They're friends. And now they're out there battling it out. And yellow E36 just decided to pull back in the pits. What are you doing, brother? You got another run. Get back out there.
I guess Jake's going to
All right,
do this
yep.
run
Jake
on
said, you know
himself, all by
what? You
himself."
decided to bow out. I'm taking my bye run and getting another practice lap in.
Okay. First time I've seen that.
Hear him clutch kicking that low power car around the track.
He's kicking it all the way.
Yeah.
Maybe he likes the track wet.
Mm-hmm.
No
Oh,
clutch
I'm
kick.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. What all?
He seems excited about that, or pissed, who knows.
And this next battle is going to be our last battle of this qualifying session. So if you missed it, we had our first qualifying session of the day like an hour and a half ago, about 2 hours ago now. We are now into our second qualifying session of the day. Based off of the accumulated points from the 2 qualifying sessions, that dictates who makes it or breaks it into the finals. Now this last battle, we've got Crew Fleischer in the lead in that black and white salt and pepper E36 coupe with the turbo S52. We've got Philip Kildo in that maroon and black Mazda RX-7 LS American V8 power screaming under the hood of that Japanese import.
Boy, the track has changed a lot. Even Crew's having a couple bobbles out there, and he was doing great in the rain.
It is starting to dry out. Finals will be interesting. Hopefully, you know, I'm curious as to if these guys made a ton of car changes in the wet, and now they're used to the car in the wet. Coming into finals is going to be a whole different ball game.
It's going to be some interesting competition here. Let's see who our winners are and who our not winners are.
Hello.
We got another local legend coming in.
We got a local legend. All right.
This was the last battle, by the way, of this, and we're going to come back at 3.
Yes.
Come
Okay.
back at 3.
Sounds good. So Crew going out for a solo run. I guess the other driver in the RX-7 must have just bowed out, and Crew's going to show off. So, hello, sir. How are we doing? I'm Hayden.
Good. David Honey.
David Hunting. Nice to meet you, sir. What do you do? How are you involved? You said, Caden just said you're a little bit of a local legend, so explain yourself.
Yeah, I've been around drifting since '03 here in the Boise area.
Oh, wow.
And I used to run a little organization called Boise Drift.
Okay.
And 2 hours away in Twin Falls, we have drift events every month. And now I just pretty much watch, hang out, and help support the community and do what I can and work on building my SR86.
Oh, you have an SR86, really? That's cool. What kind of setup in the SR are you running?
For the most part, I got, just injectors, ECU masters, and pushing right around 300 right now.
Sweet. Is it top mount setup or is it still like a stock
It's
turbo?
still stock, everything.
Nice, keep it
for the most
reliable.
part, yeah.
Good power to weight ratio in an 8.6.
Yeah.
Yeah, 300 is more than enough in something like that.
I don't need much more than that. Yeah.
No, definitely not.
Works pretty well.
What do you think about the UDC Matsuri style competition layout?
I love it. It reminds me a lot of kind of what we had in Boise Drift. It's just kind of just for the drivers, by the drivers, really.
Yes.
Just get the seat time and building great community and yeah, very, very similar. I love it.
And with this being a newer complex, have you been around this complex much the last couple of years?
Yeah, pretty much almost every event here, I just come and just help support my guys and do what I can. I'll instruct and yeah, it's good. It's a fun track. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. This is my first time out here, and I got to hop in a couple different cars yesterday and turn some laps, and it surprised me. This is such a fun infield. The bank is great. It's not too intimidating, but it's a good-sized bank. You get a lot of speed, and then coming down to the infield, it's tight, it's technical, it's a bit tricky, but also it's kind of easy at the same time. You can just kind of hop in, and there's so many different little layouts you can do, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's fun. Real fun.
Yeah. Let's see, so we've got finals coming up, and hopefully, I'm curious with the driver count, who makes it or breaks it into finals. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We had 9 drivers competing out today, so I'm assuming we're going to have one guy potentially knocked out into a grade 8. So that'll be interesting to see who makes it into finals. Trying to think what else. Do you have a timeline completion for your 8.6 in mind, or are you just kind of chipping away at it?
Just whenever I have time. I mean, I would hope to get it within the next month. I've got a few things to do. Just bought a Ford 8.8 rear end, so I gotta modify that sucker to get it going, and still got to retune it with the ECU masters and all that. But once that's going, it's going to be a real beast after that.
Dude, that's awesome. So if the viewers are interested in 8.6s or SRs or 8.8 rear ends and they want to keep up with your build, how can they find you on social media? Are you active on social media?
Somewhat, yeah. Honey SR86 on Instagram or David Honey on Facebook, and follow me on there.
Sweet, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming out and getting to spectate the UDC in the flesh and coming up here to talk on the live for a minute. I guess we're going to take a break and come back in 45 minutes at 3 o'clock for finals. So make sure you guys stay tuned, set your notifications on, and come back on the stream then. Thank you for stopping by and talking, man. I appreciate it. Nice meeting you.
Thank you. Good to be here.